Seriously, my humble request to FIFA, either ban this French team or split them up because things have completely crossed the line. Look at today's match. France just absolutely dismantled Morocco 2-0 in a game that was supposed to be a gritty, high stakes tactical war. Instead, it was a literal crime scene. We are right in the thick of this 2026 World Cup knockout stage, and while every other nation is sweating blood just to survive, France is out here playing like they're in a preseason friendly. The conventional wisdom coming into this was that Morocco's legendary defensive block would choke out the space and drag France into deep water. But let's be completely honest. When Kylian Mbappe stepped up to that penalty spot and actually missed, did you think Morocco had just been handed a miracle? Did you think the script was flipping? Tell me right now in the comments because I swear I thought we had a game on our hands. But it didn't even matter because this French squad is full of literal monsters. And today we are diving into exactly how they turned a World Cup quarterfinal into a playground. Let's talk about the sheer unadulterated disrespect of the stat sheet. A 2.95 expected goals for France to Morocco 0.12, 0.12 xg. That is not just a regular football victory, that's a tactical straitjacket. You are talking about a Moroccan side packed with explosive counter-attacking threat, and France essentially reduced them to absolute zero. The real story is how France's midfield structure completely suffocated the pitch. Look at the tactical setup around the 34th minute. Every single time Morocco tried to win the ball back and trigger their classic vertical break, they didn't just find a defender, they ran face first into a blue concrete wall. France compressed the space so aggressively that Morocco couldn't even look up to find their outlets. They completely starved them of oxygen. And here is where the twist comes in. You see where is this going yet? It means France has built a system so terrifyingly robust that they don't even need their generation superstar to be flawless to completely break an elite team. Usually missing a penalty sparks massive anxiety. The momentum shifts, the underdogs grow wings and the stadium rocks. But France, they didn't even blink. They just rolled up their sleeves and decided to hurt Morocco in a completely different way. And that brings us to Ousmane Dembélé. If Mbappe is the executioner, Dembélé was the absolute tormentor on the wings today. He was tearing up the flanks with so much pace and unpredictability, it felt completely unfair for the rest of the world. When he isolated his fullback, he dragged the entire Moroccan defensive shape out of position because you cannot leave him one-on-one. And the second Morocco shifted their midfield cover to deal with him, ocean-sized gaps open up right through the center of the pitch. Which brings us to the ultimate problem that no coach in this tournament has an answer for. Because while you are losing your mind trying to stop Dembélé from destroying your flank, you still have to keep track of the main man. Kylian Mbappe is 27 years old right now. He is in absolute physical prime, operating at the peak of his powers. And it is a scientific fact at this point that the man gets completely possessed the moment he steps onto a World Cup pitch. Even when he is not scoring, his sheer tactical gravity alters the laws of physics on the grass. He demands the attention of three defenders just by breathing near the box. If you think I'm exaggerating, wait until you hear the next stat. France won nearly 80% of their ground duels in the final third during today's match. 80%. In a World Cup knockout game against one of the most physical, resilient defensive units on the planet. If you genuinely believe there is a backline left in this tournament that can cope with that level of relentless dominance for 90 minutes, challenge me in the comments right now because I don't think they exist. By the 75th minute, you could see it in the eyes of Moroccan players. They were not just physically tired, they looked mentally broken. And you can't blame them. Running against this French team is like trying to catch smoke. It's an exhausting, demoralizing exercise because they have an answer for literally everything you throw at them. Remember my cold open promise? I am seriously asking FIFA to look into this. Stop the formality of the rest of the tournament, open up an emergency international transfer window, and distribute these guys across the globe. Because this football dictatorship cannot be allowed to continue, boys. It's completely out of hand. While other countries scramble to field a fit 11, France has a bench of game changers who would be key players for anyone else. Didier Deschamps has created a monster that doesn't know how to panic. They absorb your absolute best tactical punch, smile, and then let their world-class athlete just run over you. They took a highly anticipated, emotionally charged World Cup knockout match and turned it into a completely routine 2-0 training session. So where do you go from here? France is officially marching into the semi-finals, and they're heading there with a maximum chance of facing Spain. Now let's be real, that match is going to be an absolute treat to watch. It's the ultimate footballing contrast. Spain's beautiful suffocating possession against France's terrifying monstrous clinical efficiency. If anyone has the chess pieces to dismantle this French dictatorship, it's Spain. But after today, can anyone truly stop this blue wave? Drop your exact scoreline prediction for that potential France vs Spain semi-final blockbuster right now down below. Give me your hot takes and let's see who actually knows ball. Hit that subscribe button for more sharp raw World Cup analysis. This is Soccer Mates and we'll catch you in the next one.